Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode we're getting stuck into the rust repairs. So I've got the rad support off the blue shorty. I'll just cut it off with the saw for now, and now I'm drilling out all the spot welds. They've been quite hard to spot on this one. I have taken all the paint off, but they're very hard to see and they've been quite difficult to get off. So I've got one side off now, just got to get the other side off. But I've decided, because this has taken me so long, I want to have a go at actually fixing the rad support that's in there. I just want to give it a go and see whether it can be done. And then if not, then I can just continue on with this and we can use this one. So I've started straightening it out and I've got it quite good now. We've just got to try and deal with this back section. So it's just dented in there. I did try putting a bolt through this hole here and pushing it out, and it did help a little bit, but then it was starting to push through the metal. So I think what I'm going to do is drill 2 holes in the face of the rad support where the dent is, and then I'm going to try and knock them out that way and see if we can straighten it. So I managed to straighten that out a fair bit, and I've got the bonnet support latch all lining up and bolting on nicely. So I managed to knock the backside out a fair bit and straighten it up, but it's still a bit dented in. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll clean all this up, and then I'll cut a bit of sheet metal and weld it in there just as a bit of a brace to make it a bit stronger, because it's going to be holding the weight of a radiator, so I don't want it bending or collapsing. So I decided to do it a bit of a different way. I cut a section out of the donor rad support, and then I've just welded it into here. It's just going to save me a lot of time on seam sealing and trying to unpick this other front end. So I'll show you what I'm up to so far. So I've got the old piece just stitch welded in for now. So don't judge my welds too hard. It's my first time using a gas powered MIG, so I'm still getting used to it and trying to work out how to do it, but it beats a stick welder any day. you're enjoying this build series, don't forget to subscribe. We're doing weekly episodes. So I've straightened out the bottom of the rad support, and then that crumpled section I've cut a piece out of the other rad support, welded that one in, and then over here where there was some hole cutouts in here. Someone must have had a front mount intercooler, but instead of doing it with a hole saw and making it look nice, they've just done an absolute mess of it. So I've taken the pieces off the old one and then I've welded them in here. So I don't plan on running a front mount intercooler, so I want to still have all these little fixings in here for the condenser, for the aircon, and all the other little bits and pieces. If I do go an intercooler, I'll probably just go a top mount. So welding these back in here has given it a decent amount of strength, so I'm quite happy with that. So just need to get on to the rest of the little bits and pieces in the engine bay. So we made some good progress on the rust repairs today. So in the next episode, I'm going to get the rest of the engine bay tidied up, get it painted, and then we can look at lifting this body off and getting the motor and box in. So stick around for the next episode, it's going to be good.